Welcome to a chapter a day. If subconscious reprogramming impacts you in any way, support our mission and subscribe. What if I told you you have an addiction? Would you believe me? You're not addicted to substances, not to people, not to failure. Every human being has a familiar internal state, a level of stress, chaos, peace, struggle, or drama that feels normal. And no matter how much you say you want more money, more love, more success, you will unconsciously return to what feels familiar. Familiar feels safe, even when it hurts. That is the hidden mechanism controlling your life. We become addicted to our emotional baseline. If stress is your baseline, you will recreate problems. If struggle is your baseline, you will recreate obstacles. If chaos is your baseline, you will sabotage stability. Because your nervous system values safety over success. I'm going to say that again. Your nervous system values safety over success. And safety does not mean comfort. Safety means familiarity. Here is the truth that changes everything. You don't rise to your goals. You fall back to your emotional set point, unless you consciously raise it. This audiobook will teach you how to reset your emotional baseline. Train your nervous system to feel safe with expansion. Increase your capacity to hold peace, power, money, and love. And stabilize at a higher level permanently. Safety is the real currency of growth. When growth feels safe, you expand. When success feels safe, it stays. When peace feels safe, you stop sabotaging it. You are not broken. You are conditioned to return to a familiar emotional home. Today, we build a new home. Let's begin. Chapter 1. You don't self-sabotage. You self-stabilize. You do not sabotage your life. You stabilize it. That is the truth. Every time you think you ruined something, delayed something, or destroyed something good, you were not acting against yourself. You were returning to your emotional baseline. You were regulating. You were restoring what feels normal. And until this moment, you called that weakness. It is not weakness. It is conditioning. Your nervous system has a familiar level of stress, a familiar level of peace, a familiar level of chaos, a familiar level of struggle. That level feels like home, and you always return home. I always return to what feels normal. Say it. I always return to what feels normal. This is not negative. This is powerful. Because once you see it, you can raise what feels normal. Most people think self-sabotage is a character flaw. They say, why do I do this to myself? They say, why can't I keep good things? They say, why does everything fall apart when it starts going well? It does not fall apart. You stabilize. If chaos is your baseline, calm feels foreign. If stress is your baseline, peace feels suspicious. If struggle is your baseline, ease feels unsafe. Safety is the real currency of growth. Your nervous system values safety over success. And safety means familiar. Familiar feels safe, even when it hurts. Look at relationships. A woman meets a stable, emotionally available partner. He communicates clearly. He shows up consistently. There is no drama, no guessing games, no emotional roller coaster. At first, it feels amazing. Then something strange happens. She starts feeling restless. She says, something is missing. She says, it feels boring. She says, I don't feel the spark. What she feels is stability. But if her emotional baseline was built in chaos, maybe she saw her parents arguing about money, shouting across rooms, slamming doors. Her nervous system learned that love equals intensity. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If love was loud, painful, unpredictable, then calm love feels unfamiliar. And your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It only knows what feels familiar. So she creates an argument. or she withdraws, or she says she's confused, or she finds a flaw. Not because she wants pain, because she is stabilizing. I always return to what feels normal. Now look at money. A man builds momentum in his business. Clients are coming in. Revenue increases. For the first time, there is surplus. And suddenly, he makes an impulsive decision. Overspends. Delays follow-up. Misses a key opportunity. Picks a fight with a partner. He calls it self-sabotage. It is stabilization. If he grew up watching his parents argue about bills, whisper about debt, stress about survival, money was emotionally intense. Money was conflict. Money was fear. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If money equals pressure, then abundance feels unsafe. So he unconsciously recreates pressure. Not because he is incapable, because he is loyal to his baseline. You can't run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. You're running old codes and want a new program? It's not going to work. If your baseline is struggle, you will recreate struggle at higher income levels. If your baseline is drama, you will recreate drama in better relationships. If your baseline is stress, you will recreate stress inside success. This is not a mindset issue. This is an emotional set point. An emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. You do not rise to your goals. You fall back to your baseline, unless you raise it. Now here is the empowering part. Because this mechanism exists, it can be trained. You are not broken. You are patterned, and patterns can shift. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. Relaxation is not laziness. Relaxation is reprogramming. When calm becomes familiar, chaos feels exhausting. When peace becomes normal, drama feels unnatural. When stability becomes baseline, success stops collapsing. Think about a date that does not go well. Old baseline says, "See? It never works." Old baseline says, "All men are trash." Old baseline says, "Here we go again." That is stabilization. The event is neutral, but your baseline interprets it and pulls you back to what feels normal. In this moment, you choose differently. You remain calm. You say, "This is simply contrast." You say, "This refines my standard." You say, "This is part of the process." You do not drop your frequency. You stabilize at peace instead of stabilizing at pain. That is power. Clients often experience something fascinating. They shift into calm. They regulate daily. They raise their emotional baseline. And then something appears to go wrong. A deal falls through. An unexpected expense arrives. Someone cancels. Old programming says, "It's not working." New awareness says, "This is integration." And weeks later, the wrong event becomes the catalyst for something greater. A better deal. A stronger connection. More aligned income. Why? Because they did not collapse. They did not return to the old baseline. They held the new one. I always return to what feels normal. So you decide what normal is. Right now, your nervous system has a thermostat. It regulates your life to match it. Raise the thermostat. How? First, observe without judgment. Notice when calm feels boring. Notice when stability feels suspicious. Notice when success triggers tension in your chest. That tension is not danger. It is unfamiliarity. Breathe into it. Slow your response. Stay present. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. You are teaching your body that peace is safe. You are teaching your body that abundance is safe. You are teaching your body that love without chaos is safe. And repetition wires identity. I always return to what feels normal. So we elevate what feels normal. Calm conversations become normal. Money in the bank becomes normal. Respect becomes normal. Consistency becomes normal. You do not force outcomes. You stabilize at a higher level. Understand this deeply. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. When you vividly imagine your parents discussing money with ease instead of arguing, your body registers a new association. When you rehearse calm responses instead of explosive ones, your body learns safety. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. So you attach new emotion to new states. You feel gratitude in stillness. You feel pride in consistency. You feel strength in calm. I am stability. I am regulated. I am peace. I am power. Identity is emotional familiarity. And you are building a new home. There is nothing to fight. There is nothing to conquer. There is only calibration. You are recalibrating your emotional baseline upward. This is why willpower fails. You can discipline yourself temporarily. You can motivate yourself intensely. But if the baseline remains unchanged, you will stabilize downward. You can't run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. So we install new codes. Not through force. Through repetition and relaxation. Through holding calm longer than before. Through choosing steady over dramatic. Through staying grounded when things go right. Especially when things go right. Because success expanding feels unfamiliar at first. And unfamiliar can feel unsafe. But you stay. You breathe. You allow. You normalize. I always return to what feels normal. From this moment forward, calm is normal. Consistency is normal. Progress is normal. Peace is normal. You are not self-sabotaging. You are self-stabilizing. And now you stabilize higher. You have mastered the reframe. You understand that every collapse was regulation. Now we go deeper. If you always return to what feels normal, then the real question is this. Where did that normal come from? Chapter 2. Your emotional baseline was installed. Before you were 10. Your emotional baseline did not begin with you. It was installed. Before you had language. Before you had logic. Before you had choice. Your nervous system was calibrating. Every tone of voice in your home. Every sigh. Every slammed door. Every silence at the dinner table. Every argument about money. Every unspoken tension between adults. Your body absorbed it. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Before you understood what love meant, you felt how it behaved. Before you understood what money was, you felt how it was discussed. Before you understood success, you felt how achievement was treated. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If voices were loud, your body learned that intensity equals connection. If affection was inconsistent, your body learned that love equals unpredictability. If money conversations carried stress, your body learned that wealth equals pressure. You were not deciding. You were imprinting. And your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It does not evaluate. It absorbs. It does not analyze. It associates. That early environment became your normal, and you always return to what feels normal. If your household was calm and emotionally stable, your system calibrated to regulation. If your household was chaotic, your system calibrated to alertness. If your household was emotionally cold, your system calibrated to distance. This was learned. It can be unlearned. Say it internally. This was learned. It can be unlearned. Consider a child raised in a loud home. Arguments were frequent. Emotions were expressed at high volume. Peace was temporary. That child's nervous system learned that chaos is connection. Fast forward 20 years. Now as an adult, calm environments feel unfamiliar. Silence feels uncomfortable. Stable partners feel flat. High-intensity relationships feel magnetic. Not because chaos is preferred, because chaos is recognized. And familiarity signals safety. Safety is the real currency of growth. If your body equates intensity with belonging, you will gravitate toward intensity in adulthood. You will tolerate what matches your calibration. You will unconsciously reject what exceeds your regulation. This is not personality. This is programming. You are not dramatic. You were trained in drama. You are not anxious. You were conditioned in unpredictability. You are not avoidant. You were shaped by emotional distance. This was learned. It can be unlearned. Look at money. Imagine a child watching parents argue about bills. The tension in the room thickens. Words become sharp. Stress becomes physical. The child does not think. Money causes conflict. The child feels it. And emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Years later, that same person earns more income. Yet with more money comes subtle anxiety. Spending triggers guilt. Saving triggers fear of loss. Growth feels heavy. The body is recalling old intensity. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. Money was paired with tension, so tension accompanies money. You can't run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. If the code says money equals pressure, abundance will activate stress until the code shifts. This was learned. It can be unlearned. Here is the empowering realization. Nothing about your baseline is permanent. It is plastic. Your nervous system is adaptable. But first, you must see clearly. Observe your adult reactions. When someone raises their voice, what happens inside your chest? When conflict appears, do you escalate or withdraw? When things are peaceful, do you relax or anticipate disruption? These responses are echoes. They are not flaws. They are rehearsed survival strategies. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It only recognizes patterns. If loudness meant danger, your body still braces for it. If silence meant rejection, your body still fears it. If success meant pressure, your body still resists expansion. And yet, you are no longer 5 years old. You are not trapped in that environment. Your physiology simply hasn't updated. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. Relaxation signals safety. Safety allows recalibration. When you consciously create calm during situations that once triggered you, you rewrite the association. A raised voice occurs. Instead of reacting, you breathe slowly. You lower your tone. You remain steady. Your body learns. Loudness does not equal danger. Money increases. Instead of bracing, you sit in gratitude. You breathe deeply. You move deliberately. Your body learns. Wealth does not equal conflict. This was learned. It can be unlearned. You are installing new references. You are teaching your system that stability is safe. You are creating contrast. Think about love again. If you saw affection followed by betrayal, your nervous system may link closeness with loss. As an adult, intimacy might trigger subtle withdrawal. You might pull back just when things deepen. That is not fate. That is calibration. And calibration can be adjusted. Through presence. Through conscious exposure. Through repetition in calm. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. So you attach new emotion to old triggers. You imagine your parents discussing money peacefully. You visualize resolution instead of conflict. You rehearse harmony, replacing volatility. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish vividly imagined safety from past memory. It records intensity. So you generate new intensity, calm intensity. You sit in peaceful environments intentionally. You choose regulated people. You design routines that create steadiness. You are retraining your baseline. This is precise work. It is gentle. It is powerful. You do not criticize your childhood. You understand it. You honor that your system did exactly what it was designed to do, adapt. and now you update. This was learned. It can be unlearned. You are not rewriting history. You are rewriting interpretation. You are raising your tolerance for peace. You are increasing your capacity for safety. You are expanding what feels normal. I am regulated. I am secure. I am stable. I am grounded. These are not affirmations of hope. They are declarations of recalibration. Your past set the thermostat. Your awareness resets it. And once you raise what feels normal, the world rearranges to match it. You are no longer unconsciously loyal to old emotional climates. You are consciously choosing a new one. You understand now that self-stabilization is powerful. But if your baseline was installed early, then the next question becomes clear. What if the very pain you defend is simply familiarity? What if the discomfort you cling to is just recognition? Now we explore that truth. Chapter 3. Familiar feels safe, even when it hurts. Familiarity is powerful. It can feel like intuition. It can feel like chemistry. It can feel like truth. But often, it is simply recognition. And recognition feels safe, even when it hurts. You are not drawn to what is good for you. You are drawn to what is known to you. That distinction changes everything. Your nervous system does not prioritize happiness. It prioritizes predictability. Predictability reduces uncertainty. Uncertainty feels like danger. So the body gravitates toward what it can map, even if that map leads to pain. Familiar is not destiny. Say it internally. Familiar is not destiny. Consider someone who grew up in criticism. Nothing they did felt enough. Praise was rare. Approval was conditional. The emotional tone of home was subtle disappointment. Now, as an adult, they enter a workplace where their efforts are undervalued. Or they choose a partner who withholds validation. Or they maintain friendships where they overextend and receive little in return. From the outside, it looks irrational. From the inside, it feels normal. Because their system recognizes the emotional climate. It says, I know this terrain. The body relaxes into what it understands. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. The emotional tone of early experiences becomes the template for adult attraction. Not because you desire pain, because you recognize it. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If intensity was present in conflict, conflict becomes magnetic. If love required earning, overgiving becomes automatic. If peace was rare, chaos feels alive. This is why predictable pain often wins over unfamiliar peace. Peace feels quiet. Peace feels spacious. Peace feels uncertain at first. And uncertainty can trigger alertness. Imagine someone leaving a draining environment. They have outgrown it. They know it limits them. They feel exhausted by the conversations, the negativity, the repetition of problems without solutions. Yet they hesitate. Not because they enjoy suffering, because the environment is known. Their body understands its rhythm. They know who they are within it. They know how to respond. Leaving means entering unknown territory. The unknown requires recalibration, so they stay longer than necessary. They call it loyalty. They call it patience. They call it hope. Often, it is familiarity. Familiar is not destiny. Now consider relationships. A calm partner arrives. They communicate clearly. They offer stability. They move consistently. There are no emotional games. No dramatic highs and lows. No unpredictable disappearances. At first, it feels refreshing. Then a subtle discomfort arises. The nervous system searches for the old pattern. It expects tension. It anticipates withdrawal. It waits for intensity. When intensity does not come, boredom appears. But boredom is not absence of chemistry. It is absence of chaos. Peace requires expansion of capacity. Safety is the real currency of growth. If your baseline equates love with adrenaline, then tranquility feels flat. You may find yourself stirring conflict just to recreate the familiar rhythm. Not consciously, systemically. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It only measures familiarity. This is why people return to old relationships that once hurt them. The dynamic is known. The arguments are rehearsed. The reconciliation cycle is predictable. Predictability creates perceived safety. Even when the outcome is pain, familiar is not destiny. You are not condemned to repeat what you recognize. You are capable of expanding what feels safe. That expansion begins with awareness. Notice where you feel immediate comfort. Is it around ambition or around complaint? Is it around discipline or around distraction? Is it around calm people or reactive ones? Comfort is not always alignment. Sometimes comfort is repetition. You are not here to eliminate familiarity. You are here to upgrade it. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. Relaxation in new environments retrains association. You enter a peaceful space. Instead of scanning for flaws, you breathe deeply. Instead of anticipating tension, you soften your posture. Instead of expecting disappointment, you remain open. You teach your body that peace is survivable. Then peace becomes tolerable. Then peace becomes desirable. Then peace becomes normal. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. So you pair elevated states with positive emotion. You sit in silence and feel gratitude. You experience stability and feel strength. You encounter consistency and feel appreciation. You are building new associations. You are proving that calm does not equal danger. Think of someone raised in financial instability. Bills were unpredictable. Income fluctuated. Conversations about money carried anxiety. As an adult, steady income may feel strange. A savings account may feel unnatural. Financial planning may feel restrictive. Impulse spending creates intensity. Financial pressure creates adrenaline. The familiar cycle reappears. Not because they want scarcity, because scarcity feels known. You can't run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. If the code equates excitement with instability, stability will feel dull until the code shifts. This was learned. It can be unlearned. You expand your tolerance for peace gradually. You do not force yourself to leap from chaos to complete serenity. You stretch. You remain 5 minutes longer in calm conversation. You resist the urge to escalate. You allow silence without filling it. You stay. Your body begins to recalibrate. Familiar is not destiny. Predictable pain loses its appeal when you experience sustainable safety. And sustainable safety creates space for growth. Growth does not thrive in constant adrenaline. Growth thrives in regulated expansion. Peace is not passive. Peace is powerful. It allows clarity. It supports long-term thinking. It sustains success. You are not abandoning intensity. You are choosing stability. You are not betraying your past. You are transcending it. Each time you remain steady in unfamiliar calm, you widen your capacity. Each time you choose aligned environments over draining ones, you elevate your baseline. Each time you decline chaos, you declare new standards. I am secure. I am steady. I am open to peaceful expansion. I am grounded in strength. These statements are not hopeful wishes. They are calibrations. Your subconscious mind records emotional repetition. So you repeat safety. You repeat regulation. You repeat alignment. And what once felt foreign becomes familiar. Familiar is not destiny. It is a starting point. You now understand that your attraction to pain was recognition, not preference. You recognize patterns. You can recognize better ones. You have seen how you stabilize. You have seen how your baseline was installed. You now understand that familiarity drives choice. The next layer is profound. If familiarity feels safe and safety determines expansion, then growth requires redefining safety itself. And that is where we go next. Chapter 4: Safety is the real currency of growth. Growth is not controlled by desire. Growth is controlled by safety. You expand only to the level your body can hold without alarm. This is law. You can set ambitious goals. You can visualize extraordinary outcomes. You can declare bold intentions. Yet your life will stabilize at the edge of what feels safe. Safety is the real currency of growth. Not motivation, not intelligence, not opportunity. Safety. If it feels safe, it can stay. Let that settle. If it feels safe, it can stay. Your nervous system determines sustainability. When expansion exceeds perceived safety, contraction follows. Not as punishment, not as failure, as regulation. You do not lose success randomly. You release what your system cannot stabilize. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If expansion once carried pressure, responsibility, exposure, or criticism, your body recorded those sensations. So when growth returns, those sensations reactivate. The mind says, "This is good." The body says, "This is threat." And the body wins. Consider income. A person earns more than they ever have before. Their business scales. A promotion lands. Unexpected profit arrives. For a moment, excitement fills the system. Then something subtle shifts. Tension enters the chest. Thoughts accelerate. Sleep becomes lighter. Spending increases impulsively. Why? Because abundance exceeds baseline. If early experiences linked money with arguments, instability, or emotional pressure, increased income triggers those stored associations. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It does not evaluate your current circumstances. It replays stored emotional patterns. So surplus feels heavy. Savings feel fragile. And without awareness, money leaves as quickly as it arrived. Not because you lack discipline, because your system restored safety through reduction. If it feels safe, it can stay. This principle applies everywhere. A person builds momentum in fitness. Energy increases. Confidence rises. Attention from others expands. Then habits loosen. Consistency fades. Old routines return. Not because transformation is impossible, because the new identity felt exposed. Visibility may have equaled judgment in childhood. Attention may have equaled scrutiny. Praise may have been followed by criticism. So standing out triggers subtle alarm. Growth must feel safe in the body. If it does not, regression follows. You cannot run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. If the code equates expansion with danger, you will contract at the edge of breakthrough. Safety is not weakness. Safety is foundation. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. Relaxation allows integration. Integration allows permanence. Permanent growth requires regulated capacity. This is why sudden success often collapses. Intensity without safety creates volatility. Steady expansion with safety creates stability. You are not here for spikes. You are here for sustainability. Imagine receiving praise in front of a group. Your heart rate increases. Heat rises to your face. You deflect the compliment quickly. Why? Because recognition feels unfamiliar. If appreciation was rare or followed by heightened expectations, praise carries pressure. So you minimize yourself to restore equilibrium. Yet if you pause, breathe slowly, maintain eye contact, and say, "Thank you," you teach your system that visibility is survivable. You normalize expansion. If it feels safe, it can stay. Safety is expanded through repetition. You hold larger sums of money calmly. You maintain success without bracing. You allow peace without scanning for disruption. Each moment of regulated exposure widens your baseline. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. So you pair expansion with calm emotion. When income rises, you sit in stillness and breathe deeply. When opportunity appears, you move deliberately instead of frantically. When growth accelerates, you slow your nervous system intentionally. You signal safety. Your subconscious mind records that signal. Over time, abundance stops triggering contraction. This is identity elevation. Growth expands only to the level your body can hold safely. So you increase capacity. Capacity is not about working harder. Capacity is about staying regulated longer. You receive more without collapsing. You handle responsibility without tension. You remain steady under visibility. You stretch your tolerance for good. Many people are comfortable with struggle. Struggle is known. Success is unfamiliar. So when life improves, anxiety appears. They think something is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Their baseline is adjusting. Familiar stress feels secure. Unfamiliar ease feels uncertain. Yet uncertainty is simply new territory, and you are capable of mapping it. If it feels safe, it can stay. This becomes your filter. Before chasing the next level, ask, does my body feel capable of holding it calmly? If not, you build regulation first. You practice steady breathing. You refine your routines. You create supportive environments. You prepare your nervous system. Safety precedes scale. You are not slowing down. You are strengthening foundation. A skyscraper requires deep reinforcement. The taller the structure, the stronger the base. Your baseline is that base. Raise it gradually. Hold small expansions comfortably before seeking massive ones. Increase savings incrementally while remaining relaxed. Accept larger audiences while staying grounded. Enter healthier relationships while maintaining emotional steadiness. You are teaching your body that more does not equal danger. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. So generate positive intensity around expansion. Celebrate quietly. Feel gratitude deeply. Move confidently. You are not chasing growth. You are stabilizing it. If it feels safe, it can stay. Safety is the real currency of growth. Without it, gains leak away. With it, gains compound. You now understand why previous expansions faded. You also understand how permanence is built. Through regulation, through repetition, through calm embodiment. You do not force growth into your life. You expand what your body can safely hold. You are building capacity. You are widening safety. You are upgrading your baseline. And as your baseline rises, so does your reality. You have seen how familiarity drives choice. You have seen how childhood installed calibration. You now understand that safety governs expansion. The next truth is even deeper. What if much of your drive has been fueled by stress itself? What if you are not just attached to chaos? What if you are addicted to it? Chapter 5: Stress Addiction, the Invisible Dependency. Stress can feel productive. It can feel sharp. It can feel focused. It can feel powerful. But often, it is dependency, not emotional weakness. Physiological addiction. Cortisol and adrenaline are not just survival chemicals. When repeatedly activated, they become identity fuel. You begin to associate intensity with effectiveness, urgency with importance, pressure with performance. And without realizing it, you rely on stress to feel alive. Calm is strength. Let that anchor. Calm is strength. Many people say, I work best under pressure. They believe it. They have evidence. Deadlines approach. Energy surges. Focus narrows. Productivity spikes. The body floods with adrenaline. Cortisol heightens alertness. Distraction drops away. Results happen. So the nervous system learns, pressure equals productivity. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If the most intense emotional states were linked to achievement, stress becomes the pathway to accomplishment. Over time, calm feels unmotivated. Ease feels lazy. Spaciousness feels unproductive. So you procrastinate unconsciously. You delay tasks. You wait until urgency appears. Then you activate. Not because you lack discipline, because you are accustomed to chemical activation. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It only recognizes patterns. If high output was always paired with high stress, it links the two. So when life becomes steady, you create pressure. You overcommit. You multitask unnecessarily. You respond to emails instantly. You keep notifications on. The nervous system stays stimulated. Stimulation feels normal. Silence feels strange. This is stress addiction. It is invisible because society rewards it. Busy equals valuable. Overwhelmed equals ambitious. Exhausted equals dedicated. Yet constant activation erodes clarity. It narrows vision. It limits long-term thinking. True expansion requires stability. Calm is strength. Consider someone building a business. When revenue dips, stress spikes. They push harder. They hustle. They create from urgency. When revenue stabilizes, they relax briefly. Then discomfort creeps in. Calm feels unfamiliar. So they introduce complexity. They chase new strategies. They disrupt stable systems. They unconsciously recreate volatility. Because volatility feels energizing. Safety is the real currency of growth. But stress addiction mistakes stimulation for safety. The body equates intensity with aliveness. Yet sustainable power does not require panic. It requires regulation. Growth expands only to the level your body can hold safely. If your body equates calm with stagnation, you will reject sustainable expansion. You will choose cycles over stability. Look deeper. In childhood, perhaps productivity earned attention. Achievement brought praise. Crisis created connection. If a household only bonded during problems, stress equaled intimacy. If parents only focused when something went wrong, chaos equaled importance. Your nervous system recorded that pattern. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. So calm moments feel invisible. You may even create small issues to feel relevant. Not consciously. Systemically. Calm is strength. When you say, "I work best under pressure," you are describing adaptation. You trained your body to perform in survival mode, and you can train it to perform in regulation. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. Relaxed focus is deeper than frantic output. Regulated energy sustains creativity. Calm execution compounds results. Stress creates spikes. Calm builds empires. Notice how your body feels when there is nothing urgent. Do you reach for your phone? Do you invent tasks? Do you feel restless? Restlessness is withdrawal from stimulation. You are detoxing from adrenaline. Instead of reacting, stay present. Slow your breathing. Lengthen your exhales. Anchor your posture. You are teaching your system that productivity does not require panic. Calm is strength. This shift transforms performance. When you begin work from a regulated state, your thinking expands. Solutions become strategic instead of reactive. Decisions become precise instead of impulsive. Stress narrows perception to immediate threat. Calm widens perspective to long-term opportunity. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. So you pair achievement with regulation. You complete tasks while breathing slowly. You lead meetings with steady tone. You handle deadlines with composure. You prove to your system that output can coexist with ease. Over time, urgency loses its grip. Deadlines no longer trigger chaos. You move early instead of late. You plan instead of scramble. You build instead of chase. Calm is strength. Stress addiction also affects relationships. Some equate intensity with passion. Arguments feel alive. Makeups feel electric. Volatility feels romantic. Stable love can feel muted by comparison. Yet volatility drains. Sustainable intimacy thrives in steadiness. When you remain composed during disagreement, you expand capacity for connection. When you listen without escalation, you model regulation. When you respond instead of react, you redefine strength. Calm is strength. You are not eliminating intensity. You are mastering it. Intensity directed consciously is power. Intensity triggered unconsciously is compulsion. Your baseline determines which one you experience. You cannot run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. If your code equates stress with productivity, you will resist regulated excellence until the code updates. This update requires repetition. Start tasks before urgency arrives. Finish projects ahead of deadlines. Pause between activities. Let your body experience accomplishment without adrenaline. Your subconscious mind records this pairing. Achievement plus calm. Success plus steadiness. Growth plus ease. If it feels safe, it can stay. You are expanding your tolerance for regulated output. You are dissolving dependence on chemical spikes. You are replacing urgency with clarity. Calm is strength. This chapter reveals an invisible truth. You may not fear failure. You may fear calm, because calm removes stimulation. And without stimulation, identity feels undefined. Now you redefine identity. I am focused. I am composed. I am steady. I am powerful. These are not affirmations of hope. They are calibrations of chemistry. Your body adapts to repetition. So you repeat regulation. You build from steadiness. You act from clarity. You expand from safety. Stress once fueled your momentum. Now regulation fuels mastery. You are no longer dependent on pressure. You generate power internally. Calm is strength. You have seen how safety governs growth. You have uncovered stress as dependency. The next layer moves deeper into perception. If chaos once felt alive, what happens when peace feels dull? What happens when stability feels empty? Now we explore that recalibration. Chapter 6. Peace feels boring to a dysregulated system. Peace can feel unfamiliar. Unfamiliar can feel flat. Flat can feel empty. And the mind may misinterpret that emptiness as something missing. When your nervous system has been conditioned by intensity, stillness does not register as fulfillment. It registers as absence. Not because peace lacks depth, because your body has been trained to equate stimulation with meaning. Boredom is recalibration. Let that settle. Boredom is recalibration. If chaos was frequent, silence feels unnatural. If urgency was constant, spaciousness feels unproductive. If emotional highs and lows defined connection, steadiness feels muted. This does not mean peace is inferior. It means your baseline is adjusting. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. If emotional intensity once equaled aliveness, then calm registers as neutrality. And neutrality can feel dull to a system accustomed to spikes. Consider relationships. A person leaves a volatile partnership filled with arguments, dramatic reconciliations, unpredictable affection, and emotional extremes. They enter a stable relationship. Communication is direct. Consistency is present. Respect is mutual. There are no sudden withdrawals. No emotional games. No roller coaster of validation and doubt. At first, relief appears. Then a quiet question surfaces. Is this it? The nervous system searches for the familiar rhythm of intensity. It expects tension before affection. It anticipates withdrawal before closeness. When that pattern does not appear, the system feels understimulated. The mind may label this as lack of chemistry. In reality, it is absence of chaos. Boredom is recalibration. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If passion was always paired with instability, your system associates intensity with love. Stable affection feels different. Not weaker. Different. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It only measures activation. So lower activation feels like less. Yet sustainable intimacy thrives in regulation. Depth grows in safety. Trust expands in predictability. Peace allows vulnerability. But the nervous system must adapt to lower stimulation before it recognizes deeper connection. This recalibration phase feels like boredom. It is not emptiness. It is detox. Think of someone leaving a high-pressure career environment. Constant deadlines, rapid decisions, continuous urgency. They transition into a structured role with steady workflow and reasonable expectations. At first, their body waits for crisis. When crisis does not come, restlessness arises. They may create unnecessary complexity. Overcommit to projects. Add stress where none exists. Because quiet feels foreign. Boredom is recalibration. Your body is adjusting from high cortisol to balanced regulation. Stress addiction fades gradually. Peace expands slowly. Safety is the real currency of growth. And growth often requires reducing unnecessary stimulation. Stability feels empty because there is space. Space exposes internal noise. In chaos, distraction masks discomfort. In calm, unresolved thoughts surface. Stillness reveals what stimulation once concealed. This is why some avoid peace. It removes numbing. Yet within that space lies clarity. When you remain present during boredom, something shifts. The nervous system slows. Breathing deepens. Perception widens. Creativity awakens. Calm is not lifeless. Calm is expansive. But expansion requires patience. You cannot run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. If your code equates intensity with fulfillment, you will dismiss stable joy until you update the association. Update it consciously. When you feel boredom in peace, do not escape it. Observe it. Sit with it. Lengthen your exhale. Allow your body to settle. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. In that relaxation, recalibration occurs. Your nervous system learns that safety does not equal stagnation. It learns that steadiness does not equal loss. It learns that quiet contains depth. Boredom is recalibration. Consider finances again. Someone accustomed to financial instability finally reaches consistent income. Bills are paid on time. Savings increase steadily. There are no urgent crises. Instead of relief, they may feel restlessness. No emergency to solve. No dramatic recovery to engineer. Stability feels anticlimactic. So they introduce risk. Overspend impulsively. Chase unnecessary investments. Why? Because volatility feels familiar. Because calm feels slow. Because boredom feels uncomfortable. Yet in that discomfort lies transformation. You are building tolerance for sustainable success. Growth expands only to the level your body can hold safely. If you cannot tolerate the quiet of stability, you cannot maintain expansion. Peace may feel understated at first. It may lack fireworks. But fireworks fade quickly. Steadiness compounds. When you remain in a calm relationship long enough, deeper layers emerge. Subtle intimacy replaces dramatic highs. Trust replaces intensity. Partnership replaces performance. You experience a new form of passion, one grounded in presence rather than adrenaline. But only if you stay long enough to recalibrate. Boredom is recalibration. You are not losing excitement. You are redefining it. Excitement becomes inspiration rather than chaos. Energy becomes creativity rather than crisis. Power becomes grounded rather than reactive. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. So attach positive emotion to stability. Feel gratitude in routine. Feel pride in consistency. Feel strength in calm conversation. Your subconscious mind records these associations. Over time, what once felt flat becomes fulfilling. What once felt slow becomes steady. What once felt empty becomes expansive. Peace reveals depth when you stop chasing spikes. Calm is not absence. Calm is capacity. Capacity for focus. Capacity for clarity. Capacity for connection. You are expanding your ability to feel safe in lower stimulation. You are increasing tolerance for grounded power. You are normalizing steadiness. Boredom is recalibration. When the urge to disrupt appears, pause. Do not interpret restlessness as truth. Interpret it as adjustment. Your nervous system is upgrading. It is shifting from survival to sustainability. It is learning that you no longer need chaos to feel alive. You are alive in presence. You are alive in breath. You are alive in stability. This is maturation of identity. From reactive intensity to conscious expansion. From volatility to vitality. From chaos to clarity. You now understand that peace may feel unfamiliar at first. You understand that boredom signals adaptation. You understand that stability requires patience. The next step is intentional action. Now that you recognize the patterns, how do you actively retrain the system? How do you regulate before you elevate? Chapter 7: Regulation Before Elevation. You do not rise by force. You rise by regulation. Before expansion comes stability. Before acceleration comes alignment. Before elevation comes calm. Calm body. Clear future. This is principle. If your nervous system is unstable, growth feels threatening. If your physiology is tense, opportunity feels overwhelming. If your breath is shallow, perception narrows. You train the body first. Not because goals are unimportant, because the body determines what you can hold. Growth expands only to the level your body can hold safely. So you build safety internally before you seek more externally. Calm body. Clear future. Breath is the entry point. Your breathing pattern reflects your state. Short, shallow breaths signal urgency. Long, slow exhales signal safety. When you lengthen your exhale, you communicate stability to your nervous system. This is not theory. It is biological instruction. Inhale slowly through the nose. Pause gently. Exhale longer than you inhaled. Repeat. Your heart rate steadies. Your muscles soften. Your thoughts slow. From this state, decisions improve. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. When you make decisions in panic, you wire panic into outcome. When you decide in calm, you wire stability into results. Calm body. Clear future. Posture is next. The body influences perception. Collapsed shoulders reinforce defeat. Tight jaw reinforces aggression. Restless movement reinforces urgency. Stand upright. Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Move deliberately. Your physiology informs your psychology. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If you repeatedly pair upright posture with steady breathing during challenging moments, your body associates pressure with power instead of threat. You are creating new codes. You cannot run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. Old code, stress equals performance. New code, regulation equals mastery. Train the new code daily. Before opening your phone, breathe deeply. Before responding to conflict, pause intentionally. Before committing to opportunities, settle your body. Slow decisions create stronger outcomes. Urgency distorts clarity. When you rush, you operate from contraction. When you slow down, you operate from expansion. Calm body. Clear future. Consider business growth. An opportunity appears. Large contract. Public exposure. Financial leap. Excitement mixes with tension. Old pattern says, say yes immediately. Act fast. Prove yourself. New pattern says, breathe. Evaluate from steadiness. When you slow the moment, your perception widens. You assess alignment. You calculate capacity. You choose strategically. That pause preserves sustainability. Safety is the real currency of growth. If you accept expansion from dysregulation, you will manage it from dysregulation. If you accept expansion from calm, you will sustain it from calm. Train your body before chasing the next milestone. Regulation is not delay. Regulation is preparation. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. In relaxation, creativity deepens. Intuition sharpens. Strategic thinking strengthens. Your nervous system is not an obstacle. It is infrastructure. Imagine entering a difficult conversation. Instead of reacting instantly, you breathe slowly. You lower your tone. You maintain eye contact without tension. Your presence shifts the dynamic. Regulation influences environment. People respond to steadiness. Calm body. Clear future. In relationships, this changes everything. When tension rises, your previous baseline may push you toward escalation or withdrawal. Now you remain grounded. You feel the sensation in your chest without acting from it. You speak clearly without raising volume. You listen fully before responding. You demonstrate safety. And safety invites resolution. In money management, regulation transforms behavior. Instead of spending impulsively when anxious, you pause. Instead of avoiding financial review, you approach it steadily. You pair numbers with calm breathing. Your subconscious mind records that money equals stability. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. So you consciously attach regulated emotion to previously charged situations. Breath becomes anchor. Posture becomes signal. Slowed movement becomes strength. Calm body. Clear future. You practice this before goals intensify. Morning routine begins with 5 minutes of slow breathing. Shoulders relaxed. Mind focused. Throughout the day, you check posture. You unclench your jaw. You soften your gaze. These small adjustments accumulate. They recalibrate your baseline. Growth feels less threatening. Opportunity feels manageable. Responsibility feels empowering. You are not chasing elevation. You are building capacity. Capacity grows through repetition of calm exposure. Each time you choose steadiness over urgency, you upgrade your nervous system. Each time you delay reaction by seconds, you expand tolerance. Each time you remain composed under pressure, you reinforce identity. I am steady. I am composed. I am regulated. I am capable. These are not hopeful affirmations. They are reflections of training. You train daily. Before sending the message. Before making the purchase. Before responding emotionally. Pause. Breathe. Align. Calm body. Clear future. Your future is shaped by the state from which you act consistently. If your consistent state is tension, you will build tense outcomes. If your consistent state is steadiness, you will build sustainable expansion. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It responds to repetition. So repeat calm. Repeat measured movement. Repeat deliberate action. You are installing a new baseline. Regulation becomes default. Then elevation becomes natural. You no longer rely on urgency to create progress. You move early. You act intentionally. You build methodically. This is power without strain. This is ambition without anxiety. This is expansion without collapse. Calm body. Clear future. You now understand that peace requires recalibration. You recognize stress as dependency. You see safety as foundation. The next evolution moves beyond regulation alone. Once your body is steady, you can begin to intentionally raise the level of what feels normal. Now we shift from stabilizing to expanding. Chapter 8. Raise the emotional set point. Your emotional set point is not fixed. It is a living measure, a threshold, a gauge of what feels familiar, a ceiling and a floor combined. If your baseline is low, satisfaction is fleeting. If your baseline is high, abundance feels natural. Your reality mirrors your internal state. This is my new normal. Say it aloud. Say it to yourself. Embed it. This is my new normal. Raising your emotional set point is deliberate. It is not luck. It is not random. It is small, consistent work over time. The nervous system adapts to repeated exposure. It learns new levels of comfort, joy, calm, and excitement. Every small emotional expansion becomes a stepping stone. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Consider a simple practice. Begin your day with a few minutes of gratitude. Feel it fully. Let the sensation rise in your chest. Hold it. Breathe through it. Your body records it. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. You are teaching your system. Ease, pleasure, and abundance are safe. Next, intentionally experience small bursts of elevated emotion. Play music that moves you. Walk in sunlight. Stretch your body fully. Laugh even without reason. Notice the physiological lift. This is micropractice. This is recalibration. This is raising the baseline gently without force. You cannot run old codes and get something new. It doesn't work like that. If excitement was previously attached to chaos, you must pair it with stability now. You must teach the nervous system that high energy does not equal instability. You must prove that joy can be calm. This is my new normal. The next step is exposure. Gradually increase emotional tolerance. Sit with awe in nature. Witness beauty fully. Allow gratitude to swell without rushing away. Savor accomplishment, even if it feels unfamiliar. You stretch your capacity for positive emotion. You widen the range that feels natural. You normalize joy, peace, confidence, and pride. The body adapts slowly. It may resist initially. Discomfort surfaces because the system is recalibrating. Old associations attempt to drag you back to the familiar. Boredom may appear in calm. Restlessness may appear in abundance. Doubt may appear in expansion. This is microtraining. This is growth. This is your nervous system catching up to your intentions. This is my new normal. If abundance arrives, you feel it fully without anxiety. If peace remains, you tolerate it. If connection deepens, you savor it. You are no longer limited by past calibration. You expand gradually and sustainably. Your nervous system integrates each positive experience. Consider love. If you previously accepted instability, you now allow steady affection. You notice the small gestures. You feel comfort in consistency. You experience intimacy as a secure baseline rather than as emotional spikes. Consider wealth. If you previously reacted to money with anxiety, you now notice abundance without tension. You celebrate income without fear. You manage finances with composure. Every intentional step increases your baseline. Every sustained experience of elevated emotion recalibrates what feels normal. Every repetition rewrites your internal thermostat. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your baseline governs how much growth you can maintain. Your set point dictates how much abundance you can integrate without triggering contraction. This is my new normal. Micropractices compound. They expand capacity. They normalize what once felt extraordinary. Small wins in calm, steady experiences create long-term stability. Your mind and body learn to accept higher states as everyday reality. You do not chase extremes. You stabilize new highs. You solidify your nervous system as an ally, not an obstacle. Practice breathing into joy. Hold pleasure in your chest. Anchor gratitude with full presence. Pause intentionally in awe. Celebrate consistently. Every repetition rewires association. Every sustained exposure raises your threshold. This is my new normal. Now fear, doubt, and resistance are simply signals. They are indicators that you are stretching your baseline. Do not resist them. Observe. Integrate. Continue. When you feel discomfort at abundance, remind yourself, your system is recalibrating. Your past set points no longer govern your present. This is micro-practice applied consciously. This is emotional exposure delivered gently and persistently. This is growth without collapse. This is my new normal. Soon, your emotional ceiling becomes your baseline. Joy does not spike. Calm does not bore. Abundance does not overwhelm. Presence becomes effortless. Every thought, sensation, and experience begins to integrate into a higher default state. You are no longer operating from past limitations. You are living above them. This is my new normal. From here, elevation naturally follows. Once your baseline rises, you no longer chase peaks. Peaks emerge effortlessly from expanded capacity. Your body now sustains the reality your mind intends. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It responds to repetition. You give it repetition in elevated emotion. It recalibrates. This is my new normal. You have seen how safety precedes growth. You have seen how recalibration transforms perception. You have learned how to expand the nervous system intentionally. The next phase explores transformation at the deepest level. It is where subconscious blocks are identified and neutralized entirely. Chapter 9. Expand capacity. Don't chase intensity. Intensity is seductive. It feels urgent. It feels alive. It feels necessary. It feels like proof of engagement, effort, or importance. But intensity is temporary. Spikes always fall. Highs are followed by lows. Sustainable power. Let that settle. Sustainable power. When you chase intensity, you are chasing chemistry. You are chasing emotion, not strategy. You are chasing adrenaline, not alignment. Your nervous system thrives on familiar activation. It recognizes excitement as stimulation. It equates sharp highs with aliveness. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. If your life has historically paired growth with urgency, you unconsciously seek it repeatedly. A looming deadline triggers focus. A chaotic situation fuels innovation. Conflict sparks connection. You feel motivated. You feel alive. Yet after the spike, your system contracts. Energy collapses. Attention fragments. Momentum dips. Sustainable power. Expansion is not about peaks. It is about capacity. It is about integration. It is about endurance. Consider fitness. Sprinting can feel powerful. Explosive lifts give temporary adrenaline surges. But long-term strength develops slowly. If you only chase sprints, you burn out. If you only chase peaks, your system crashes. Your progress is inconsistent. Sustainable power. The same is true for work, relationships, and abundance. A dramatic breakthrough feels incredible. Yet if your system cannot maintain it, it slips away. Overextension leads to mistakes, tension, and regression. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It only measures familiarity and intensity. It stabilizes in familiar patterns, even if they are limiting. Building capacity requires conscious repetition. Gradually increase what you can hold. Raise the level of responsibility without destabilizing your nervous system. Expand emotional tolerance without seeking chaos. Small, steady increments compound. Each deliberate exposure to higher responsibility or energy teaches your body that growth is safe. It allows integration without collapse. Sustainable power. Consider relationships. You meet someone emotionally stable, consistent, and reliable. At first, excitement feels muted compared to previous chaotic connections. You may seek drama to feel alive, yet sustainable love grows slowly. Daily consistency outweighs sporadic intensity. Trust strengthens. Communication deepens. Connection stabilizes over time, rather than peaking and crashing. Sustainable power. In business, the same principle applies. Revenue increases incrementally. Operational improvements are implemented step by step. Team dynamics improve through consistent leadership. Explosive wins may provide temporary exhilaration. Sustainable power arises when systems, teams, and processes are stable. Your output no longer depends on spikes of energy. Your emotional set point rises naturally. You integrate new capacities without triggering contraction. Your nervous system adapts to calm expansion. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. The more that you can continuously keep yourself in relaxation, you'll be tapping into something that's esoteric. Calm presence becomes a tool for sustainable achievement. Your energy is no longer borrowed from panic or urgency. Intensity alone cannot create permanence. It only creates temporary sensation. Sustainable power creates enduring results. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If you pair calm expansion with achievement, it becomes a default pathway. Your body learns that higher states of responsibility, attention, or abundance are survivable. Contrast this with stress-driven expansion. Chaos feels alive. Peaks are addictive. Recovery periods feel empty. Expand capacity instead. Do not chase intensity. Increase your tolerance for elevated states gradually. Stretch without straining. Integrate without panic. Sustainable power. Your baseline grows steadily. Your nervous system stabilizes. Your actions align with long-term vision instead of immediate rush. You train the body first. You expand in increments the system can hold. You normalize abundance, responsibility, and calm under pressure. Over time, your growth no longer triggers regression. You maintain elevated states naturally. You operate from mastery instead of reaction. Consider your energy daily. Notice when excitement tempts you to overextend. Pause. Breathe. Ask, can I hold this calmly? If yes, integrate. If no, adjust. Sustainable power. It is not about eliminating peaks. It is about creating a stable platform from which peaks arise safely. It is about building endurance. It is about maintaining clarity, composure, and capacity while growth accelerates. This is the antidote to burnout. This is the antidote to volatility. This is the antidote to self-sabotage. When you expand capacity instead of chasing intensity, you become unstoppable. You operate from regulation, not reaction. You elevate without collapse. Sustainable power. You now understand the principle. Stability outlasts drama. Presence outperforms urgency. Capacity outshines spikes. The next phase focuses on the final step, integrating these practices into a high-frequency, self-sustaining state. A state where growth, peace, and abundance coexist effortlessly. Chapter 10. Train yourself to hold success. Success is not only achievement. It is acceptance. It is integration. It is the ability to experience growth without recoil. Most people cannot hold success. They receive praise and look away. They earn recognition and downplay it. They achieve abundance and unconsciously sabotage it. This is not failure. This is regulation. The nervous system protects familiarity. I can hold more. Say it aloud. Feel it. Anchor it. I can hold more. Your nervous system is calibrated to safety. When success feels unfamiliar, your body perceives risk. Achievement triggers subtle alarm. Recognition triggers tension. Abundance triggers contraction. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If high achievement historically carried pressure, fear, or judgment, your body associates success with threat. Even if the conscious mind celebrates, the nervous system contracts. You step back unconsciously. You deflect. You downplay. I can hold more. The antidote is deliberate practice. Training the body to sustain elevated states. Training the mind to integrate abundance without panic. Begin with micro-exercises. Hold eye contact during praise. Allow compliments to land fully. Say, "Thank you," without deflection or justification. Feel the sensation in your chest. Let it expand. Your nervous system records the experience. It learns. Recognition is safe. Praise is not danger. Success does not threaten survival. I can hold more. Next, practice financial expansion. When income arrives, observe it without anxiety. Pause before spending impulsively. Allow abundance to exist without forcing it out. Your subconscious mind internalizes new patterns. You experience security, not urgency. You experience ease, not panic. I can hold more. This practice applies to visibility as well. Step into public acknowledgement without rushing to minimize or escape. Receive attention without deflecting. Observe admiration without internal judgment. Your body records familiarity. Your baseline shifts upward. Your capacity for success expands naturally. I can hold more. Consider relationships. When someone expresses love or appreciation, accept it fully. Do not retract. Do not diminish. Do not assume it is conditional. Holding emotional reception trains the nervous system to expand tolerance. Each positive interaction reinforces stability. Each repeated practice rewires the association between attention, affection, and safety. I can hold more. Physical posture enhances this process. Stand tall. Relax shoulders. Breathe deeply. Your body signals readiness. Your nervous system registers composure and capacity. You are not pretending. You are embedding new capability. Your physiology reflects regulation. This is micro-training for sustainable success. Your baseline shifts. Your perception of abundance evolves. Your system learns that elevated states can remain steady. I can hold more. As you continue, expand complexity gradually. Increase financial responsibility while staying grounded. Take on leadership while remaining composed. Handle emotional intimacy without retreating. Each incremental step strengthens capacity. Each sustained success without collapse reinforces identity. Each repetition expands tolerance for higher states. Your subconscious mind records the pairing: success plus calm, achievement plus stability, recognition plus ease, abundance plus composure. I can hold more. Old patterns attempt to resist. Doubt, discomfort, and subtle tension may arise. These are recalibration signals, not failure. Observe them. Anchor in regulation. Repeat exposure. Your nervous system upgrades slowly. Integration occurs over repeated practice. Success becomes familiar. Praise becomes safe. Abundance becomes natural. I can hold more. You are no longer limited by prior calibration. You are expanding baseline capacity intentionally. You are stabilizing new levels of achievement, wealth, recognition, and love. This is not fleeting. This is permanent recalibration. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It responds to repetition. You repeat integration. You repeat expansion. You repeat acceptance. I can hold more. Soon, success does not trigger contraction. You no longer react unconsciously to praise or abundance. You operate from regulated empowerment. You thrive in elevated states without disruption. The foundation is now ready. Your baseline supports sustainable growth. Your capacity has expanded. The next phase takes this mastery of self and applies it outward. It alters not only your perception, but the frequency of your reality. Chapter 11. Stop romanticizing chaos. Chaos is often celebrated. It is praised as intensity. It is admired as hustle. It is mistaken for ambition. Culture glorifies being busy. Emails ping constantly. Meetings fill calendars. Overwhelm is seen as dedication. Yet chaos is not power. It is not efficiency. It is not progress. Peace is productive. Repeat it to yourself. Anchor it. Peace is productive. When you equate noise with achievement, you perpetuate exhaustion. When urgency defines value, calm becomes uncomfortable. When emotional spikes set the rhythm, stability feels stagnant. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If early experiences linked chaos to attention, love, or significance, your nervous system craves drama. Even success triggers tension if it does not carry familiar turbulence. You do not fail. You are following conditioning. Your system seeks what it recognizes. Peace is productive. Ambition does not require stress. Determination does not need panic. Drive does not need chaos. Regulated focus achieves more. Decisions made in calm are sharper. Creativity applied steadily compounds results. Observe workplaces. The person responding to emails frantically appears productive. The person planning methodically, moving deliberately, and executing calmly consistently produces more. Peace is productive. Relationships follow the same law. Drama may feel alive. Arguments may seem passionate. Unpredictable attention may feel exciting. Yet consistent presence builds deeper trust. Stable communication fosters intimacy. Reliable affection strengthens connection. Chaos is temporary. Peace endures. The nervous system craves familiarity, even if that familiarity is destructive. If volatility was once rewarded, stability feels dull. Yet stability is fertile ground for growth. Peace is productive. Money illustrates this principle clearly. Chasing high-risk opportunities for excitement can trigger spikes in income. Yet such spikes often collapse. Sustainable wealth emerges from calm, consistent action. Repeated, steady investment grows reliably. Sustainable power thrives on integration, not on adrenaline bursts. Chaos creates attention, but also drains energy. Calm creates retention and expansion. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It records repetition, not reason. It integrates stability through repeated exposure. Peace is productive. Reframe ambition. Redefine effort. Redesign daily action. Productivity is not frenetic motion. Achievement is not constant stimulation. Influence is not relentless pressure. Calm focus is potent. Steady execution is formidable. Consistent presence is transformative. When life offers multiple demands, approach deliberately. Pause before reacting. Assess before acting. Respond from regulation, not reaction. Chaos may tempt you. It may whisper that busyness equals importance. It may provoke restlessness in stillness. Do not comply. Observe the sensation. Anchor in calm. Peace is productive. You are not removing energy. You are directing it. You are replacing frantic spikes with controlled momentum. Every time you resist the urge to escalate unnecessarily, your nervous system learns. Every moment of calm decision-making rewires association. Every repeated act of regulated focus strengthens baseline capacity. Peace is productive. Consider leadership. The person who overreacts to crises seems dynamic. The person who maintains calm inspires stability. Teams follow steadiness more than drama. Consider creativity. Urgency may force output temporarily, but sustainable innovation flows from presence, reflection, and consistent application. Peace is productive. Your body integrates calm exposure through repetition. Your nervous system recalibrates from chaos-seeking to regulated expansion. Your baseline rises to match your intentions. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your set point adapts gradually. Your tolerance for elevated, calm states expands. Peace is productive. Do not romanticize chaos any longer. Do not confuse pressure with performance. Do not mistake volatility for vitality. You are capable of immense achievement. You are capable of deep satisfaction. You are capable of high-frequency, sustainable influence. Peace is productive. Your next step is integration at the deepest level, maintaining elevated frequency in every aspect of life consistently. Chapter 12. Upgrade the rooms you tolerate. Your environment is a mirror of your baseline. Every room you enter, every chair you sit in, every table you touch, every conversation you endure reflects what you accept as normal. Your tolerance sets the standard. What you allow dictates what you experience. What you endure programs your subconscious mind. My space matches my future. Say it. Feel it. Anchor it. My space matches my future. Look around. Observe the spaces you inhabit. Are they cluttered or organized? Are they calm or chaotic? Do they inspire focus or induce distraction? Each choice signals the nervous system. If chaos dominates, your mind assumes turbulence is standard. If clutter accumulates, your attention contracts. If distractions abound, your energy disperses. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. If your space creates tension, your mind links progress with discomfort. If your environment tolerates neglect, your growth slows unconsciously. My space matches my future. Upgrade physically. Clean surfaces. Organize closets. Remove unnecessary noise. Light the rooms with intention. Introduce colors, textures, and objects that inspire focus, peace, and creativity. Your senses record these signals. Your body senses order as safety. Your nervous system relaxes in structure. Your mind anticipates expansion rather than chaos. Upgrade socially. Examine the people you allow in your life. Who lifts you? Who drains you? Who motivates? Who distracts? Boundaries are essential. Your baseline tolerance extends to relationships. People who gossip, criticize, or drain energy anchor you in outdated patterns. People who celebrate growth, practice regulation, and honor your space expand your capacity. My space matches my future. Consider your workspace. If it is disorganized, your focus fragments. If it is cluttered, your creativity stalls. If it tolerates distraction, your energy dissipates. Regulate your environment deliberately. Create spaces that reflect calm, abundance, and alignment. Choose surroundings that reinforce your desired state. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your body internalizes these cues. Your nervous system adapts. You begin to thrive in higher frequency environments. My space matches my future. This principle applies to every dimension: home, workplace, social settings, digital environments. Each exposure reinforces or undermines your baseline. If you tolerate chaos in one area, it leaks into others. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It records repetition. It integrates safety or disruption through your choices. Elevate gradually. Replace energy-draining furniture. Remove toxic media habits. Limit draining relationships. Invite inspiration and alignment. My space matches my future. Even subtle improvements matter. Clean surfaces allow clarity of thought. Organized shelves signal stability. Quiet corners enable reflection. Uplifting conversations foster confidence. Your nervous system notices. Your baseline rises. You tolerate higher states naturally. You integrate elevated energy into your daily experience. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your environment is extension of your internal state. Upgrade the rooms you tolerate. Raise the quality of what you allow. Physical, mental, and social spaces align. Distractions are minimized. Energy flows efficiently. Focus deepens. My space matches my future. This principle scales. When your environment reflects higher standards, your achievements expand automatically. Your relationships, work, and creative output align with elevated baseline. Chaos no longer feels necessary. Intensity no longer dictates identity. You have trained your body. You have raised your set point. You have stabilized your nervous system. Now, your space supports your continued evolution. Your future becomes tangible, mirrored in every room you enter. My space matches my future. Next, we examine the highest level, maintaining this elevated frequency consistently across all environments and situations. Chapter 13. Stabilize after every win. Victory feels exhilarating. It pulses through the body. It excites the mind. It floods the nervous system with dopamine and adrenaline. Yet without conscious recalibration, celebration becomes collapse. Many crash after breakthroughs. They ride the peak briefly, then tumble into familiar patterns of tension or chaos. Stability over spikes. Repeat it aloud. Anchor it. Stability over spikes. Your nervous system loves familiarity. Even success triggers old patterns. If intensity once defined engagement, your body unconsciously seeks contraction after elevation. The higher the peak, the stronger the pullback to baseline. Integration is the antidote. You cannot sustain elevation without rituals that anchor success into your system. Small, deliberate acts after wins solidify progress. They teach your subconscious mind. Abundance is safe. Recognition is safe. Achievement is safe. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. If a win triggers tension, your subconscious records achievement as temporary, unstable, or threatening. You step back unconsciously. You self-sabotage silently. Stability over spikes. Anchor immediately after accomplishment. Pause. Breathe deeply. Feel the sensation of success in your body fully. Notice your chest, your shoulders, your spine. Let gratitude saturate every cell. Avoid immediate action that distracts from presence. Do not rush into the next task. Do not seek another win too quickly. Do not allow intensity to replace reflection. Integration rituals matter. Write down what you accomplished. Celebrate privately or with supportive allies. Visualize the impact of your achievement. Allow the body to assimilate the experience. Stability over spikes. Consider relationships. A breakthrough in connection, an honest conversation, an act of intimacy creates high emotional intensity. Without recalibration, old defensive patterns reemerge. You may argue unnecessarily, withdraw suddenly, or react impulsively. Integration ensures the new level of intimacy becomes permanent. Stability over spikes. Financial wins follow the same principle. A large client, unexpected profit, or sudden recognition can trigger anxiety if not anchored. Pause to review, organize, and plan calmly. Celebrate without rushing into impulsive decisions. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It responds to repeated emotional patterns. Teach it that success can be steady. Teach it that abundance can be assimilated. Teach it that wins do not destabilize your equilibrium. Stability over spikes. Physically stabilize yourself. Stand tall. Breathe slowly. Move deliberately. Ground your energy. Feel your feet connected to the floor. Notice the subtle shifts in posture that indicate relaxation. Emotionally stabilize yourself. Reflect on the lessons of the win. Anchor gratitude into body and mind. Visualize sustaining the elevated state. Socially stabilize yourself. Share success with those who reinforce calm expansion. Avoid energy-draining dramatics or distractions. Celebrate with those aligned to your new baseline. Stability over spikes. Repetition solidifies learning. After every achievement, consciously pause. Anchor your body. Anchor your mind. Anchor your nervous system. This is not indulgence. This is not delay. This is preparation for the next level. If you skip stabilization, every subsequent win triggers stress and contraction. If you integrate intentionally, every victory compounds effortlessly. Momentum becomes sustainable. Your elevated baseline becomes default. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your mind does not distinguish between crisis and triumph if your body does not record it differently. Integration allows recalibration. Integration teaches permanence. Integration ensures that growth is maintained. Stability over spikes. You are no longer reactive. You are no longer bound by the pendulum of emotional highs and lows. You no longer chase intensity as validation. You maintain composure through success and challenge alike. This is power. This is freedom. This is mastery. Next, we extend this mastery to maintaining frequency even when life challenges attempt to disrupt your state. Chapter 14. The 60-Day Baseline Reset. Your baseline is not permanent. It is fluid. It can be shifted intentionally. It responds to repetition. It adapts to environment, thought, and action. Consistency creates capacity. Repeat it aloud. Anchor it. Consistency creates capacity. The 60-day baseline reset is not a sprint. It is deliberate, structured retraining. Its goal is to recalibrate your nervous system to a higher, stable default. You are teaching your body that calm, clarity, and composure are the natural state. Day 1 begins with observation. Notice tension in the body. Notice mental chatter. Notice subtle contractions in reaction to stimuli. Awareness alone begins adaptation. Consistency creates capacity. Next, implement micro-practices daily. Slow, conscious breathing 3 times a day. Deliberate posture alignment. Grounding exercises. Feel your feet, lengthen your spine, relax shoulders. Anchor emotion through gratitude and intention. Your nervous system records repetition. It links calm to safety. It links focus to stability. Consistency creates capacity. Each day, schedule brief reflection periods. Journaling reinforces integration. Notice patterns that previously triggered tension. Notice moments where calm persists. Document growth in baseline tolerance rather than intensity-seeking behaviors. Consistency creates capacity. Social exposure is critical. Interact with people in a regulated state. Observe responses without escalating. Practice patience in conversations. Maintain steadiness when others provoke urgency. Consistency creates capacity. Emotional expansion exercises accompany this plan. Daily microjoy exposures. Sunlight, music, movement, creativity. Gradually increase duration and intensity without triggering nervous system contraction. Celebrate stability in small increments. Consistency creates capacity. Physical environment matters. Declutter spaces. Introduce order and light. Curate objects that inspire calm focus. Reduce stimuli that previously triggered chaos or distraction. Consistency creates capacity. Track progress quantitatively and qualitatively. Heart rate variability, morning reflection, and evening journaling provide feedback. Notice lowered reactivity over time. Notice increased tolerance for elevated states without intensity. Consistency creates capacity. During the 60 days, integrate success-holding rituals. After achievements, pause. Reflect. Anchor. Do not rush to the next task. Let your nervous system absorb the positive state fully. Consistency creates capacity. The reset is cumulative. Each day reinforces the previous. Small victories compound. New baseline rises gradually. Calm becomes the default, not the exception. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. Every calm, deliberate moment strengthens higher frequency wiring. Every stabilized interaction expands capacity for abundance, creativity, and connection. Consistency creates capacity. Avoid hype or external comparison. This is internal work. Focus on steady alignment, not dramatic spikes. Peaceful persistence outweighs occasional intensity. Sustain elevated baseline daily. Consistency creates capacity. At the conclusion of 60 days, integration is apparent. You respond to success without collapse. You maintain composure under challenge. Your emotional set point is elevated and resilient. Your nervous system supports growth effortlessly. Consistency creates capacity. The 60-day baseline reset is not temporary. It is a permanent upgrade to your capacity for calm expansion. It teaches your body to hold success, abundance, and presence consistently. It rewires patterns of chaos and contraction into stability and growth. Consistency creates capacity. From here, your elevated baseline becomes self-sustaining. The next phase explores maintaining this frequency permanently, regardless of external circumstance or internal triggers. Chapter 15. Become addicted to peace. Peace is not passive. It is active. It is magnetic. It is the ultimate form of power. Most people are addicted to stress. They chase urgency. They crave tension. They equate chaos with significance. But you are different. Peace is my power. Say it aloud. Anchor it in your body. Peace is my power. The first step is awareness. Notice where stress triggers dopamine, adrenaline, or emotional spikes. Observe the unconscious pull toward intensity. Witness without judgment. See the pattern clearly. Your nervous system loves familiarity. If panic once drove performance, your body interprets calm as emptiness. This is not a flaw. It is conditioning. Peace is my power. Next, intentionally replace stress with calm mastery. Breathe deeply instead of reacting. Slow down instead of rushing. Anchor in regulated posture instead of tensing. Respond rather than react. Your body begins to rewire. Every deliberate act of calm rewrites the association between intensity and achievement. Your subconscious mind forms mental associations based upon emotional intensity. You now pair calm with competence, presence, and abundance. Peace is my power. Emotion is literally the basis of your entire subconscious mind. When calm becomes familiar, the nervous system treats it as normal. When calm feels natural, your energy stabilizes. When calm becomes habitual, your capacity for growth skyrockets. Replace stress rituals with integration rituals. After success, pause fully. Reflect on accomplishments calmly. Anchor gratitude into your nervous system. Notice the sensation of stability in your chest, spine, and shoulders. Peace is my power. Relationships transform. You no longer escalate unnecessarily. You respond with presence and composure. You elevate connection without chasing drama. Your calm presence inspires alignment in others. Peace is my power. Financial life transforms. You handle abundance without anxiety. You make decisions from clarity, not pressure. You expand opportunity without contracting from fear. Your nervous system records sustainable success. Peace is my power. Social influence transforms. You lead with calm authority. You attract attention without chasing it. You radiate steadiness, not volatility. You inspire trust through consistent regulation. Peace is my power. This is identity transformation. You are no longer addicted to spikes. You are addicted to presence. You are addicted to the energy of calm mastery. You are addicted to the state that sustains growth effortlessly. Peace is my power. Every day, repeat the practice. Anchor in breath. Anchor in posture. Anchor in calm decision-making. Anchor in deliberate emotional expansion. Your subconscious mind, it's illogical. Because it's illogical, it has no conception of what is real and what isn't. It responds only to repetition. You give it repetition of peace. It internalizes mastery. It stabilizes success. It expands capacity. Peace is my power. Soon, your entire reality aligns with calm energy. Challenges no longer disrupt. Success no longer overwhelms. Abundance no longer triggers contraction. Relationships deepen naturally. Opportunities expand effortlessly. Peace is my power. You have now completed the transformation. Your body, mind, and nervous system are synchronized. Your baseline is elevated. Your capacity is expanded. Your frequency is stable. Your identity is secure. Peace is your currency. Peace is your strength. Peace is your magnet. Peace is my power. From this point forward, you no longer chase drama. You no longer need chaos to feel alive. You no longer equate spikes with achievement. You operate from calm mastery at every moment. This is freedom. This is abundance. This is mastery of self, mind, and environment. Peace is my power. Every breath, every posture, every action reinforces this truth. Your frequency radiates calm. Your baseline dictates reality. Your life becomes the mirror of inner stillness. Peace is my power. Now carry this truth forward. Anchor in it consistently. Expand it endlessly. Make calm your addiction, your identity, your fuel. Peace is my power. You are no longer regulated by past patterns. You are no longer limited by chaos or intensity. You are no longer constrained by old emotional baselines. Your nervous system now sustains growth. Your mind now amplifies clarity. Your body now operates in alignment with expansion. Peace is my power. You have transformed. You have stabilized. You have elevated. You have become unstoppable. Peace is my power. This is your final identity shift. The world now mirrors the state you embody. You create from calm, sustain from presence, and expand from clarity. Peace is my power. Your journey does not end here. It begins anew each day, each breath, each action. Anchor, integrate, expand. Peace is my power. And now go. Live it. Radiate it. Multiply it. In closing, you understand now. You were never lazy. You were never undisciplined. You were never incapable. You were loyal to an emotional baseline that no longer serves you. You were stabilizing, returning, recreating what felt normal. But now you see it. You see that safety, not desire, runs your life. And today, you chose to redefine what feels safe. You chose to make peace familiar. You chose to make stability familiar. You chose to make expansion familiar. You chose to make success familiar. This changes everything. Because once calm becomes normal, chaos loses its grip. Once peace becomes baseline, drama feels exhausting. Once growth feels safe, it accelerates naturally. You don't need more motivation. You need a new emotional home. So here is your challenge. For the next 60 days, refuse to romanticize stress. When chaos appears, slow down. When pressure rises, breathe deeper. When success comes, stay steady. Train your nervous system daily. Choose calm over chaos. Choose stability over spikes. Choose peace over pressure. Become addicted to peace. And watch how quickly your life upgrades. Because safety is the real currency of growth. And now you are wealthy.